clearance delivery Delta 244 IFR to Catania ready to copy. Delta 244 is cleared to Catania Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.125 squawk 2436. Kennedy clearance delivery JetBlue 1211 IFR to Las Vegas ready to copy. JetBlue 1211 is cleared to Las Vegas Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.7 squawk 3017. Delta 244 cleared to Catania Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 125.25 squawk 2436. Delta 244 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.9er. Good day. JetBlue 1211 cleared to Las Vegas Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure on 135.9er squawk 3017.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Catering vehicles are on their way. Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard JetBlue Airways. My name is Trisha. It's my pleasure to be flying with Kathy and Jonathan. We're here to ensure a safe and comfortable flight.
Boarding requested. There are no passenger stairs. You will not see passengers visually. Passengers bus is coming.
5.7 squawk 7417. Endeavour 5067 cleared to Charlotte Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 135.9 squawk 7417. Endeavour 5067 read that correct. Contact ground on 129.2. Good day. Kennedy clearance delivery JetBlue 1211 IFR to Las Vegas ready to copy. JetBlue 1211 is cleared to Las Vegas Airport
ladies
as
and gentlemen,
filed.
welcome aboard JetBlue
Takeoff
Airways.
runway
My name
22
is
right
Trisha.
climb and
It's my
maintain
pleasure to be
9,000
flying
feet.
with Kathy and
Departure
Jonathan.
frequency is
We're here to ensure a safe
128.125 squawk
flight.
2747. Kennedy clearance delivery Iberia 212 IFR to Barajas ready to copy. Iberia 212 is cleared to Barajas Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.7 squawk 5174. Kennedy clearance delivery Delta 1638 ready to copy IFR clearance to Palm Beach. Delta 1638 is cleared to Palm Beach Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.125 squawk 1076. Kennedy clearance delivery JetBlue 358 IFR to Burbank ready to copy. JetBlue 358 is cleared to Burbank Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.7 squawk 4704. Kennedy clearance delivery Delta 806 ready to copy IFR clearance to Las Vegas. Delta 806 is cleared to Las Vegas Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.125 squawk 6453. Iberia 212 cleared to Barajas Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure on 135.9 squawk 5174. Iberia 212 readback is correct. Contact ground on 129.2 when ready to taxi. Good day. Delta 1638 cleared to Palm Beach Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 125.25 squawk 1076.
Passengers bus is coming.
Delta 1638 readback correct. Contact ground on 130.275. Good day. Kennedy clearance delivery Shamrock 104 Heavy ready to copy IFR clearance to Dublin. Shamrock 104 Heavy is cleared to Dublin Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.7 squawk 0774. Delta 806 cleared to Las Vegas Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 125.25 squawk 6453. Delta 806 readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.9 when ready to taxi. Good day. Shamrock 104 Heavy cleared to Dublin Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 135.9 squawk 0774. Shamrock 104 Heavy readback is correct. Contact ground on 131.85 when ready to taxi. Good day. Kennedy clearance delivery Alaska 19er ready to copy IFR clearance to Portland. Alaska 19er is cleared to Portland Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and JetBlue 1211 cleared to Las Vegas Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 9,000 feet. squawk 2747. JetBlue 1211, read back correct. Contact ground on 130.275. Good day. Kennedy clearance delivery Alaska 25 ready to copy IFR clearance to Lindbergh.
With Kathy and Jonathan.
Alaska 25 is cleared to Lindbergh Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.7 squawk 4322. Kennedy clearance delivery Delta 156 heavy IFR to Accra ready to copy. Delta 156 heavy is cleared to Accra Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.125 squawk 3066. Kennedy clearance delivery American
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
to
pushback.
copy IFR clearance to Los Angeles. American 306 is cleared to Los Angeles Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.125 squawk 2672. Kennedy clearance delivery Delta 218 IFR.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Delta 218 is cleared to Castro Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.125 squawk 6521. Kennedy clearance delivery American 129er for IFR to Charlotte ready to copy. American 129er 4 is cleared to Charlotte Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.7 squawk 3625.
Locking gear.
5 cleared to Lindbergh Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 left climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure on 135.9er squawk 4322. Alaska 25 readback is correct. Contact ground on 129er.2 when ready to taxi. Good day. American 129er 4 cleared to Charlotte Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 135.9er squawk 3625. American 129er 4 readback correct. Contact ground on 130.775. Good day. Kennedy clearance delivery Delta 244 heavy ready to copy IFR clearance to Catania. Delta 244 heavy is cleared to Catania Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.125 squawk 6643.
Release parking brakes, please.
Delta 156 heavy cleared to Accra Airport as filed.
Commencing
Takeoff
push.
runway 22 left
All
climb and
engines
maintain
clear.
7,000
Start at
feet.
will.
Departure on 125.25 squawk 3066. Delta 156 heavy readback correct. Contact ground on 131.375. Good day. Delta 244 heavy cleared to Catania Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 125.25 squawk 6643. Delta 244 heavy readback is correct. Contact ground on 128.925 when ready to taxi. Good day. Kennedy clearance delivery Delta 1035 ready to copy IFR clearance to Jacksonville. Delta 1035 is cleared to Jacksonville Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.125 squawk 0611. Delta 218 cleared to Castro Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 22 right climb and maintain 5,000
Please set
feet.
parking brakes.
Departure on 125.25 squawk 6521.
Kennedy ground JetBlue 9er Fight with Sierra ready to taxi IFR.
JetBlue 9er 55 taxi to and hold short of runway 22 right. Contact tower on 123.9er when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 22 right JetBlue 9er 55.
Unlocking gear.
Kennedy Tower Delta 185, heavy 13 miles northeast, inbound ILS runway 22 right approach. Delta 185, heavy Kennedy Tower. QNH 29er.65, wind 323 at 15. Cleared
Air
ILS
truck
runway
disconnected.
22 right approach.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Cleared ILS runway 22 right approach Delta 185 heavy. Endeavour 529er 6 exit runway when able. Endeavour 529er 6 contact ground on 128.925. Iberia 212 QNH 29er.65 wind 323 at 15. Traffic is Airbus on final. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right. Going to 128.925 Endeavour 529er 6. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right Iberia 212. Kennedy Tower Endeavour 5067 at runway 22 right ready for departure IFR to Charlotte. Endeavour 5067 hold short runway 22 right. Traffic is Airbus on the runway. Delta 185 heavy follow the aircraft on final. Wind 323 at 15. Caution the Boeing landing runway 22 left. Clear to land runway 22 right. Hold short runway 22 right Endeavour 5067.
For a few moments while we share with you some very important safety information. Your safety is our top priority, so we appreciate a few minutes of your attention while we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. You can follow along with the safety information card in your seat back pocket. Federal aviation regulations require your compliance with all crew member instructions, lighted information signs, and posted placards. Fasten the seatbelt to push the platform
Iberia 212 contact
and
New
pull
York
on the strap
departure on
to tighten to the base,
135.9er.
with the top flap of the buckle. Please keep your seatbelt fastened low and try to press the last pull when the seatbelt sign is off, and have your seatbelt visible to the crew at all times. Your life
Going to 135.9er Iberia
when
212.
instructed by the crew, tear open the pouch, remove the vest, and pull it over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, secure the buckle, and pull the strap tight. As you exit the aircraft, inflate the vest by pulling down firmly on the red tabs or blowing into the tubes on both sides. A locator light on the shoulder will turn on automatically in water. Never inflate your vest inside the aircraft. This Airbus A320 has 8 emergency exits, 2 doors in the front, 4 window exits over the wings, and 2 doors in the back. Each door is equipped with an evacuation slide that can be detached from the aircraft and used as a raft. All exits are clearly marked with a sign overhead if necessary. Floor-level lighting will illuminate the aisle to help you find the exits. In the event of an emergency, leave all personal belongings and proceed to the nearest exit. Please take a moment now to locate your closest exit and remember it might be behind you. If there's a change in cabin pressure, 4 oxygen masks will drop from overhead. Firmly pull the mask toward you to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull the elastic band around your head, and tighten using the straps on both sides. Even though the bag may not inflate, oxygen will be flowing. Be sure to put your mask on first before helping others. We'll let you know when it's no longer needed. We'll be passing through the cabin to make sure we're ready for departure. You can help us by making sure your seatbelt is fastened. Seat back and tray table are stowed and all carry-on items are put away. If you have any questions about the safety features of this aircraft, don't hesitate to note. Smoking, including the use of electronic cigarettes, is never allowed on any JetBlue flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in aircraft restrooms is a federal offense and will result in a fine. For your convenience, this aircraft has 3 restrooms, 1 in the front of the cabin, 2 in the back, and each one is equipped with an infant changing table. We'll be adjusting the main cabin lights for departure. If you need it, there's a reading light right above your seat. Thank you so much for your attention. We hope you enjoy the JetBlue experience. And all of our planes are equipped with free high-speed Wi-Fi. Just check out the seatback card for detailed instructions on how to connect. And once again, that service is complimentary. You can use that right now.
Endeavour 5067, contact New York departure on 135.9er. Good day. Endeavour 5067. Goodbye. going on the runway. JetBlue 1965 ready for departure runway 22 right IFR to Timeri. JetBlue 1965 line up and wait. JetBlue 358 contact New York departure on 135.9er. Good day. Line up and wait JetBlue 1965. Tower JetBlue 281 ready for IFR departure runway 22 right. 135.9er JetBlue 358. Goodbye. JetBlue 1965 QNH 29er.65 wind 323 at 15. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right. JetBlue 281 line up and wait. Takeoff runway 22 right JetBlue 1965. Line up and wait JetBlue 281. Kennedy Tower Delta 771 heavy ready for departure runway 22 right IFR to Los Angeles. Delta 771 heavy hold short runway 22 right. Traffic is Airbus on upwind. JetBlue 1965 contact Kennedy departure on 125.25. Good day. JetBlue 1965. Goodbye. JetBlue 281 QNH 29er.65 wind 323 at 15. Caution the Airbus taking off runway 22 left. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right. Delta 771 heavy line up and wait. Line up and wait Delta 771 heavy. Kennedy Tower Delta 244 heavy ready for departure runway 22 right IFR to Catania. Delta 771 heavy QNH 29er.65 wind 323 at 15. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right. Delta 244 heavy hold short runway 22 right. Delta 244 heavy line up and wait.
Kennedy Tower JetBlue 9er55 at runway 22 right ready for departure IFR to Washington.
JetBlue 9er55 hold short runway 22 right. Traffic is Airbus on the runway.
Hold short runway 22 right JetBlue 9er55.
Line up and wait Delta 244 heavy. Delta 244 heavy QNH 29er.65 wind 323 at 15. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right. JetBlue 9er55 line up and wait.
Line up and wait JetBlue 9er55.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right Delta 244 heavy. Kennedy, contact Kennedy departure on 125.25. Good day. .25 Delta 244 Heavy. Goodbye. JetBlue 955 QNH 29.65 wind 323 at 15. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right JetBlue 955.
JetBlue 955 contact New York departure on 135.9er. Good day.
135.9er JetBlue 955. Goodbye. New York departure JetBlue 955 is at 1,200 feet climbing 10,000 feet.
JetBlue 955 New York departure QNH 29.65 radar contact continue.
Going to 118.9er75 JetBlue 9er55. New York Center JetBlue 9er55 is passing 7,900 feet climbing 10,000 feet.
JetBlue 9er55 New York Center QNH 29.65 radar contact. Continue to Romeo Bravo Victor. JetBlue 9er55 climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb and maintain flight level 200 JetBlue 9er55.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 10,000 feet. For your safety, please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. And remember, all flights are non-smoking. This does include vaping or the use of electronic cigarettes. Please review the feedback card for a listing of everything we have
Goodbye. JetBlue 955 climb and maintain flight level 280. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 left approach via NRTON transition. Clear to NRTON Delta Tree 05.
Climb and maintain flight level 280 JetBlue 955.
JetBlue 955 contact Washington Center on 124.775. Good day.
124.775 JetBlue 955. Goodbye. Washington Center JetBlue 955 is passing flight level 205 climbing flight level 280.
JetBlue 955 Washington Center radar contact. Continue to Romeo Bravo Victor. Brickyard 4475 contact New York Center on 128.3. Good day. Brickyard 4475. Goodbye.
maintain flight level 360 JetBlue 955.
Going to 124.625 Ember 103. Washington Center American Tree 120 is at 17,200 feet, climbing flight level 230. American Tree 120 Washington Center QNH
12.525 JetBlue 9er55.
Piedmont 59er42, contact New York Center on 128.3. Good day.
JetBlue 9er55, contact New York Center on 124.625. Good day.
Going to 124.625 JetBlue 9er55. New York Center JetBlue 9er55 is passing flight level tree 15, climbing flight level tree 60.
JetBlue 9er55, New York Center radar contact. Continue to coast.
JetBlue 9er55. New York Center JetBlue 9er55 is at flight level tree 55, climbing flight level tree 60.
JetBlue 9er55, New York Center radar contact. Continue to Mike X-ray Echo. American 1528, contact Washington Center on 132.525. Good day. American 1528. Goodbye. You are 1,900 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain flight level tree 60.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 60 JetBlue 9er55.
New York 14 New York Center QNH 29.74 radar contact continue. JetBlue 955, please expedite your climb flight level 360.
132.525 JetBlue Niner 55. Goodbye. Washington Center JetBlue Niner 55 is passing 12,000 feet climbing flight level 360.
JetBlue Niner 55 Washington Center QNH 29.77 radar contact. Continue to Bravo Alpha Lima. JetBlue Niner 55 contact Washington Center on 132.55. Good day.
Going to 132.55 JetBlue Niner 55. Washington Center JetBlue Niner 55 is passing 11,600 feet climbing flight level 360.
JetBlue Niner 55 Washington Center QNH 29.77 radar contact. Continue to Bravo Alpha Lima. Brickyard 3619er traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 210 Emperor. Report them in sight. Brickyard 3511 traffic is 10 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 195 Emperor. Report them in sight. Brickyard 3619er traffic in sight. JetBlue Niner 55, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Washington Center American Tree 120 flight level 340. American Tree 120 Washington Center radar contact continue. Washington Center KLM 652 Heavy is passing 13,600 feet climbing flight level 210. KLM 652 Heavy Washington Center QNH 29.75 radar contact continue. JetBlue Niner 55, please expedite your climb flight level 360. JetBlue Niner 55, contact Potomac approach on 119.85. Good day.
119.85 JetBlue Niner 55. Goodbye. Potomac approach JetBlue Niner 55 is at 10,200 feet climbing flight level 360.
JetBlue Niner 55 Potomac approach QNH 29.75 radar contact. Continue to EYESS.
Ladies and gentlemen, we start our final descent. In preparation for landing, please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened, that your seat bags and entry cables are up and launched. Please put away all carry-on items, including laptops, computers, and devices of similar size. For smaller electronics can be held, placed in your pocket or seat back in front
JetBlue
of you.
Niner 55, please expedite your climb flight level 360.
We'll be coming to the cabin one last time to collect anything you'd like to discard, so please check your seating area and especially the seat back pocket for personal items you don't want to forget. It was our pleasure serving you. We'll be landing soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down and window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, magazines that you do not want to keep. And
JetBlue 955, please expedite your climb flight level 360. JetBlue 955, you are 10 miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 1 approach.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 1 approach. JetBlue 955. JetBlue 955, please expedite your climb flight level 360. JetBlue 955, please expedite your climb flight level 360. JetBlue 955, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Potomac approach Southwest 1968 is missed approach at Washington. Southwest 1968, you are 1 mile south. Climb and maintain 2,200 feet. Expect RNAV runway 1 approach via Irons transition. Cleared to Irons. JetBlue 955, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Southwest 1968, climb and maintain 3,500 feet. Climb and maintain 3,500 feet. Expect RNAV runway 1 approach via Irons transition. Cleared to Irons Southwest 1968. maintain 2,500 feet. Tower on 134.35 JetBlue 955. Washington Tower JetBlue 955 2 miles south inbound ILS runway 1 approach.
JetBlue 955 Washington Tower. QNH 29.76 wind 316 at 14. Cleared ILS runway 1 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 1 approach JetBlue 955.
Washington Tower Southwest 1461 Heavy at runway 1 ready for departure IFR to St. Louis. Southwest 1461 Heavy QNH 29.76 wind 316 at 14. Traffic is Airbus on final. Cleared for takeoff runway 1. Cleared for takeoff runway 1 Southwest 1461 Heavy. Washington Tower, Southwest 19er6813 miles south inbound, RNAV runway 1 approach. Southwest 1461 Heavy contact Potomac departure on 119er.85. Good day. Southwest 19er68 Washington Tower. QNH 29er.75 wind 316 at 14. Cleared RNAV runway 1 approach. Going to 119er.85 Southwest 1461 Heavy. Cleared RNAV runway 1 approach Southwest 19er68. JetBlue 1355 exit runway when able. JetBlue 1355 contact ground on 121.7. Going to 121.7 JetBlue 1355. Washington Tower, Brickyard 4337 ready for IFR departure runway 1. Brickyard 4337 hold short runway 1. Traffic is Bombardier on final. Southwest 19er68 follow the Bombardier on short final. Wind 316 at 14. Cleared to land runway 1. Cleared to land runway 1 Southwest 19er68. Hold short runway 1 Brickyard 4337. Brickyard 477 tree number 3 for landing. Follow the Emperor on final. Wind 316 at 14. Cleared to land runway 1. Brickyard 4337 QNH29.78 wind 331 at 16. Traffic is Boeing on final. Cleared for takeoff runway 1. Blue streak 5673 number 3 for landing. Follow the aircraft on final. Wind 331 at 16. Cleared to land runway 1. JetBlue 955 number 3 for landing. Follow the Bombardier on final. Wind 331 at 16. Cleared to land runway 1.
Cleared to land runway 1 number 3 JetBlue 955.
Cleared to land runway 1 number 3 Blue Streak 5673. Cleared to land runway 1 number 3 Brickyard 4773. Cleared for takeoff runway 1 Brickyard 4337. Southwest 1968, go around.
1000.
Going around Southwest 1968. Southwest 1968, contact Potomac approach on 119.85. Good day. Southwest 1968. Goodbye. Washington Tower, Southwest 2730, at runway 1 ready for departure IFR to Hobby. Southwest 2730, hold
500.
short runway 1. Traffic is Emperor on final.
Hundred above.
Hold short runway 1 Southwest 2730.
Minimum. Retard.
Ladies and gentlemen, JetBlue
Brickyard
Airways would like to welcome you.
4773, go
Please keep
around.
your seatbelts fastened and all carry-on items put away until we're parked at the gate and the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Be careful when opening overhead vents. Items tend to
Going around
interrupt flight.
Brickyard 4773.
For anyone needing assistance, or if you have
JetBlue
requests or
955,
wheelchair,
turn
feel
next
free to remain
taxiway.
seated after we've arrived at the gate
Brickyard
so that we may better
4773,
assist
contact
you.
Potomac approach
For
on
information on
124.2.
connecting flights and baggage
Good
claim, you
day.
may check airport monitors or download our free JetBlue mobile app. Your check bags, if this is your final destination, check bags will be printed number
124.2
4.
Brickyard 4773.
I know a lot
Goodbye.
of people have international, very tight international
JetBlue
connections, so if
955,
you are not
contact
in a
ground on
hurry today, it would be very
121.7.
kind of you to let those people grab their things and try
Delta
to
2030,
get to the
number
front
2 for
end
landing.
and try to make those
Follow the
international
aircraft on
connections. It
final.
would be very greatly
Wind
appreciated.
331 at 16.
On behalf of
Clear
everyone
to
at
land
JetBlue
runway
Airways,
1.
especially your New York City-based
Ladies
in-flight
and
crew and your Orlando-based pilots, we'd like to
Clear
say
to land
thank you
runway
for
1,
flying with
number
us
2
at
Delta
JetBlue.
2030.
we ask that you remain seated.
One 121.7 JetBlue 955. Goodbye. Washington ground JetBlue 955 taxi to the gate.
JetBlue 955 taxi to gate Charlie Tree 9er.
Taxiing to gate Charlie Tree 9er JetBlue 955.
requested.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doors have now opened and we are ready to disembark the aircraft. Once again, thank you for flying with us today and hope to see you in our future flights.
Washington Ground Delta 850 requesting pushback. Delta 850 pushback request accepted.
Cabin crew to flight deck. All passengers have disembarked the aircraft. The boarding has now been completed.
Roger, cabin crew. Thank you.